It seems that nowadays most bow hunters are shooting the latest and greatest gear. Me? I'm shooting a 26-year-old Mathew's Q2 that was handed down to me from my dad. I haven't touched this thing since last season, so today we're gonna figure out if I'm ready for this year's archery season or if I've got a lot of work to do. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it. This isn't just some old bow I picked up off a marketplace. My dad handed it down to me. And honestly, he's the whole reason I hunt. Growing up, hunting isn't just something we did. It was something that we looked forward to every year. I remember as a kid, waiting and waiting to be 12 years old because that was the rule. You had to be 12 years old to join my dad and the uncles on their muzzleloader hunt. So it means a lot that I can just come out and shoot this bow rather than a brand new one. And I've upgraded a few things, like I put new strings on it that fit me and my draw length. I threw a stabilizer on this thing, a new sight, put new rubber on the rest. But all in all, this thing is exactly how my dad used it. I'm even using the same release that he used forever ago, and that totally shows. I love it. Everything about it is so just nostalgic, and it's a really fun thing to shoot as well. So enough talking. We're starting at 30 yards, and honestly, I have no idea how this is gonna go. I haven't shot this thing in forever. No warm-up. Sure, I've done a little bit of stretching, but here we go. Hey, not too bad. Looks like we're doing pretty good. A little low, but hey, that was better grouping than I thought I'd have. 30 yards is easy though. 3 years ago, I drew my first archery tag, and this bow helped me tag a pretty sweet buck. If you guys want to check out that video, it's linked down below. That was a wild first archery hunt, so it's definitely worth checking out. Hunter and I both learned quite a bit about that hunt, and we're hoping that in future hunts we can capture even more and just get better footage of everything for the channel and for you guys watching. It seriously means a lot to us that you are here watching our videos. Thank you guys so much. So it's fair to say this bow still can get the job done, but we've stepped back to 40 now, and I'm pretty confident we'll have about the same grouping. So let's do it. Awesome. Again, a 26-year-old bow. That grouping is not too bad. A little high, but not bad. This is my view of the target, by the way. We are threading the needle. This is 50 yards, so I'm excited to see what we can do. All right, if I can keep a decent group here, I think archery season is a lot closer than I was starting to believe. By the way, Hunter and I, we're gonna be at TAC this year, Total Archery Challenge. It's my first year between filming and shooting. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun and definitely a little bit of a challenge. So let's see how well I do at 50 here. And by the way, I shot my deer in 2023 at 57 yards. So we're still well within range of this bow, although it does start to kind of peter off. Let's do it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys that I've done this way too many times to count. I think I was using the wrong pin on this one. Oh well, but hey, that's probably a 2-inch, 3-inch group at 50, which is not too bad, especially for being my first practice round this year, a 26-year-old bow, and I'm shooting Walmart arrows that aren't the best of the best, but they are what I killed my buck with too, by the way. So there's a few testaments here that I think we need to talk about. And I think the most obvious one is one that a lot of people have talked about. You don't need the most expensive gear to get started or even tag your first archery buck. I'm sure you could already tell I've only been doing this for a few years, so I'm not super serious when it comes to my setup, and I still have a lot to work on. We've stepped back to 60 yards. I would think this is probably the max. This is probably the most effective this bow could ever be. I have shot further than this, but at that point, the arrow's just living on hopes and dreams once it leaves the bow. So, and honestly, I think the next testament, the next thing that we could talk about is Don't be afraid to try something new. If you have friends and family to get you into that new stuff, it's a lot easier. Hunter got me into archery hunting, convinced me to go after my first archery tag, and I had an absolute blast and managed to tag my own buck. So at the beginning of that hunt, I honestly had no freaking idea what was gonna happen. I was pretty nervous, and there's always that chance that you don't get anything, right? That you have tag soup. Especially when it comes to archery hunting. The amount of challenge that it brings is one of the reasons it's so fun, but also the most challenging to fill. So, especially out here in Utah. Enough chit-chatting. I think we're only gonna do one arrow, 60 yards. I've got a right to left wind. It's not so bad though, it's a little breeze. 60 yards, one arrow. Let's see what happens. Well, I'm not sure what to say other than I think I rushed this shot. I got too excited, you guys. The challenge got to my head. All right, let's fling a couple more. That is all of 6 inches low and to the right. I don't know. I don't like that. So let's do a couple more. And now you see, this is why you get out and go practice, because this wasn't great. I mean, grouping is probably 5 or 6 inches, and that could be a few things. That could be me working on my technique, especially at those longer ranges. It could be the bow is just kind of worn out and tired, and this is honestly as far as I think it can shoot and still be pretty effective. Not only that, but I think that my pin actually needs to come up a little bit. So you can see these 3 shots right here are pretty low, as well as that first shot I took during the challenge, 1 arrow shot that we took. So this is actually a really good thing to get out, and I can adjust my pin, do a few more shots and see if that helps, or leave it where it's at and just remember to aim a little bit higher at 60 yards. Well, let's pull these and let's wrap this up. I think we get caught up in having the newest gear, but this bow reminds me that memories matter more. It was handed down to me by my dad, and it even helped me tag my first archery buck. If you have an old bow that you'll never get rid of, I'd love to hear the story, and hopefully one day I get to hand this bow down again. Thank you guys for hanging out today. I'll see you in the next one.